Welcome to the OFX podcast. This week we had a lot of scheduling conflicts and a lot of crazy stuff going on. So we had to get a little creative, and we did was we threw together some interviews with some people we know that are heading down to Deca Worlds, and just had a little fun with it. Kind of goofed off, asked some strange questions, and did a little top 10 list. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. It was a lot of fun, and actually think it's going to be something that we might do some more of in the future because we didn't get to do near as many as we wanted, and we just started more and more people that we wanted to talk to and we wanted to talk to. So if you saw this and said, "Hey, why am I not there?" We're gonna get around to it and do some different things because I think it was a lot of fun. Anyway, we'll get right to that. But before we do, I also want to say stay tuned this week for Thursday. It'll be very early in the morning. We'll have another episode out, which is our annual episode of the Deca Draft for World Championship, which is usually our most talked about episode of the year. And you'll find out me, Yancey, and Bethany, and who we draft and who wins, which is me. It's always me. This is the one thing I do well. So anyway, without further ado, let's get to the interviews. You actually should feel pretty good that you know about what we're going to talk about because I did one with Bethany,
Hmm.
and Bethany does not watch TV or movies and actually was not allowed to as a child.
Oh no.
And we made her do top 10 movie quotes of all time. She's like, I don't even know where these are from. All
So good.
right, all right. We're gonna start with what is your name and what events, what races are you running at Deca Worlds?
Oh my gosh, how much time do you have?
Well, I set aside. I'm gonna go for a drink. You do what you gotta do.
All right. Yeah, my name is Chelsea, and I am racing 6 times at DECA Worlds. So day one, I have DECA Fit Co-ed with Dustin, teams race. Day two, I have DECA Mile Solo for Elite and DECA Mile Co-ed teams with Pat Millington. And then Sunday, cap it off, 3 races. Why not? So, yeah, I'll be fine. Deca Strong Elite, and then Deca Female with Amber, and then Strong Co-ed with Zach. I
There
almost
you go.
didn't remember all of them. It's a
Do you
long
get
list.
do you got any crazy pre-race rituals?
Pre-race rituals. Not really. I have like my warm up I like to do. I always put the same shoe on. You know, that kind of like when you were in sports, you always like put the same
I know
hockey
because
stick
you used to play
on.
hockey and rugby and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, when I played goal, I had a
Yeah.
specific routine I did around that net before every game.
Exactly. So like I wouldn't call that crazy though. It just helps you feel like a little settled because when you're anxious, those sort of routines are the things that maybe make you feel a little bit more comfortable. So little things like that, constant small sips of water for the dry mouth. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
See, Chelsea, but nobody who's crazy thinks they're crazy. It's everybody else who thinks we're crazy.
That's a good point. Yeah,
We
good
just
point.
think it's normal. All right.
Mhm.
Um, Other than your teammates,
Mhm.
who are you most looking forward to sharing the competition floor with?
Yeah, I actually have gotten to know lots of people, obviously, through DECA in the last year. And there's a few women who I raced age group last year. And there's a few women who I raced in age group that are now coming over to elite as well. So that's kind of cool because I'm getting that experience and so are they. So I'm sort of excited to like have us all be moving into the elite space. So Kayla, Caitlin. I think there's a few other, but yeah, that's just kind of like a cool journey I think that we've all had in the last year. So excited for that.
All right, but if you could race anybody in the world, like anybody, head to head
Hmm.
in a DECA event, anybody in the world, who would you want to race?
Mm. I mean, I'm racing some pretty incredible athletes. I want to say
I,
Mike, though. I want to say my
hey, there's nothing
husband
wrong with Mike. Yeah.
just so I can beat him and feel good about it.
What,
I have said before that I would do a Deca Strong with the men's weights and beat him. Just, oh no, he's coming
No
in.
fucking way.
yeah, Mikey.
No
You're
way.
blurry. Oh,
Uh-uh.
there you are.
There
Uh-uh.
you go. Dude, so Bethany and I have had the same conversation,
Yeah,
and we believe that if it went down to the women's, okay, so strong, I'm gonna win the strong. It's just,
sure.
but if we went to the mile and I went
Yeah,
down to the women's weights, we don't think it would make that much of a difference. We don't think
yeah.
it'd be that much faster. But if she went up to the men's weights, we think it might slow her down enough that I might have a shot.
Okay.
Now, what do
Okay.
you, so
Well,
for you guys, what do you think? So
I
Mike,
think it would be close.
what if we did men's weights or if you did
Or what,
women's?
Viola strong?
I think I can beat you in a strong.
You can? No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
so
Uh,
Chelsea, your strong time's what, like a 13 something,
1305.
13:05, and Mike with the men's weights, you're what?
that was my best one was like 15,
40 something?
yeah, 15, 30, 40. Not the fastest. I took it very easy
I can
last time
beat
I
him,
did it
Dave.
strong.
I
Yeah.
can
Well, I
beat
will
him.
say this
You know
though.
what? She probably could.
The burpees are another story. Like the burpees are so different
True.
because it's doubled weight.
Yeah,
That's the one
that's
where
true.
I've done a couple of sims with some of the girls as their teammates and filling in as one of their, so we use the
Yeah,
women's weights. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna like throw
yeah,
this thing through the ceiling.
right.
So that'd be different.
That's a good point.
And
I've
then
been
Deb,
watching Mike run though. I think if you put a little more running in there, I think Mike might have a
If it
shot.
was
He's
the
been running like a
mile.
madman.
So what I think what I would do better in is just like pacing myself a little bit. I think I've done enough races now that I know where to like hold back a little and where to push. Whereas he's just like, I'll just go as fast as I can at this and just see what
oh, we gotta
happens.
try this one day. I'm down
And
to
it's
like I'm down to throw it down
I
with
love
you.
it. I think that'll be fun. We'll set it up at Farm Girl then. Oh no, we did a head.
you
We'll
heard
go
it
with
here
pure impact
first.
on that one.
He's willing to do it, so why not?
All right, all right. By the same token, if you could pick anybody in the world as a teammate, who would you have? And not to go outside the realm here, because we know you have good teammates that you already pick.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Because obviously I would say Amber. Who would I pick for my teammate? Maybe someone from another sport. Let's see. Who would be really, really good at it? It also depends which race too that I was doing.
You can pick whatever
Like,
one you want.
I know it's so hard, Dave.
They're your rules.
It's true. Um, let's see. Maybe, ooh, what if I did, oh, if Deca Atlas had
Yeah,
teams.
make it up. Make it up.
If Deca Atlas had teams, I'd get like a great like CrossFitter in there. Like obviously Tia's the obvious like CrossFit choice.
Hmm.
But I'm a fan of like Danielle Brandon because she's kind of
Okay.
badass.
Is it the
Maybe
hair?
I maybe it's the hair.
Might be the
Yeah,
hair.
she's cool. I'd pick her.
Yeah, she's very feisty.
She is.
And if there was handstand walking, yeah, it'd be
We
a
should have got that in there.
all right. Well, on the same token, if there's a deca zone you could take away and replace it with anything. So one zone, you're going to ditch it, you're going to switch it for something else. What are you doing?
I think I'd get rid of the assault bike.
Oh yeah, that's not a
Uh,
surprise. That's not a surprise.
Not a surprise. Not a statement opinion there. And what would I replace it with? Let's see. It doesn't have to be a machine. It doesn't, I mean, maybe I'd just do more burpees. We could do
Or
burpee broad jumps or something.
all right. It's just, for me, it was I'm going to get rid of the box and I'm going to put in pull-ups.
Oh wow, yeah, that would be that would completely change the
Oh
game
yeah. It's no longer deca for everyone. It's deca specifically for me.
for someone who could do pull-ups.
Yeah, I
How many
actually.
pull-ups would you put in there?
Oh, well, see, here's the thing. I would actually probably depends. Are we going to allow kipping or are we doing
That was going to be my question. Are you allowed kipping? Because if it's
my
strict,
thing I believe in is the hip tap pull up,
yes, right.
right? So I'm going to go with 20.
20.
You know why? Because everybody says they can do 20 and you're all lying.
I've never said I could do
No,
20.
I know. But hang around a bunch of dudes, you're on a construction site, you say, how many pull-ups? I can do 20. No, you can't. You really can't. You're
Let's
lying.
do one.
Yeah. You do five, I'll buy you a beer.
Right. Yeah.
All right, all right. We're going to do our top 10 list here. Top 10 of the GOAT. And this is top 10 tattoos to avoid because, well, Chelsea has a tattoo or two.
I have a couple.
A couple.
A
I
couple. I don't have any that I seriously regret. So I can't say any of the ones I have, I'm like, don't get it. But there's obvious ones, I
Yeah, well,
think.
hold up. I'm going to list them. I'm going to list them for you. You're
Okay,
going to pick. You're
okay.
going to pick. But just
Yeah.
for the record, I used to have four and now I have one.
Oh, you got them removed.
No, they just all blend together now.
Like they just kind of like fell apart, or you got like a cover up
No,
to the first one?
I kind of got them all blended in together. So they were one, and then yeah, some got covered and changed, and now it just goes from arm all the way across.
Ah,
So yeah,
okay.
so technically I have one.
Okay, wait, before you go through that list then,
Okay,
if you say how many tattoos you have, you now say you have one tattoo.
that's right.
Okay, so I got finger tattoos, right? I
Okay.
got a bunch at a
It,
time.
there's like
Would
there's
you,
like 12 there.
yeah. So would you say that's 12 or would you say that's one? Because I
I
got
would say
more.
that's 12. Well, I mean, I
Okay.
haven't really counted, but I think because they don't, I'd have to take out my shirt, but yeah, it goes across one arm, clear
Yeah.
across the chest, down the other.
So you only have one
I
tattoo.
believe I call that one. It's just a really big one,
Really big one.
really big
Good.
one.
That's
I gotta get more, but I had a dispute with my tattoo guy. Oh, well, maybe you can hook me up with a new tattoo guy.
I know a few people.
He was overly sensitive. Anyway, I'll explain
They
that
can
another
be.
time. Yeah,
They're artists.
artists. Yep. All right. So top 10 to avoid. First one. So we're gonna list two, and you're gonna pick which one is
Okay.
more to be avoided.
Okay.
Okay? Dirty jokes and crude puns, or fads and trendy tattoos.
Oof. It's hard to know when it's a trendy tattoo, though, is the thing. You might not be able to tell if it's going to have the longevity or not. Like, for example, the thin line, like ornamental type stuff has been really, really popular recently, the floral work. Will it be completely out in a few years or will it continue? Is the question. So I would go with the first one. I probably would avoid the
Dirty jokes and crude puns. I
yeah.
agree. And I will say, when you're worried about trendy or not, as long as it's good artwork, it's going to be
Mhm.
fine.
That's
That,
a good point.
that's
Yeah.
right. Okay. So, dirty jokes and crude puns over anything in a foreign language if you don't speak it.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. That is not good. And Mike should be in here because he has that.
All
He
right,
just
you got
said
to pick
what?
one.
He just said what from the other room. He tattooed himself. I would still go with the first one though.
All right, dirty
I don't,
jokes and crude
yeah,
puns.
yeah.
Well, this is a weird one. Dirty jokes and crude puns or flesh color tattoos.
Why would you get that?
Isn't that just nothing?
Yeah,
Literally just having a needle scraped over you for no apparent reason. It's like a dry needle.
right. You have a problem if you're just getting it for the sensation.
That's
Because
you're into it.
yeah, we endure it so that we have the artwork after. But if
Mhm.
it's flesh colored, there's,
All right,
that's,
so which one we going with?
I still think the dirty jokes one
I
is
agree.
not good.
All
Yeah.
right, crude jokes, dirty puns, or bad cover-ups.
Uh, is the cover up worse than the original tattoo?
That'd be tough.
That would be tough. And then a lot of the time with the cover up, they have to go really dark or like make it really kind of like heavier detailed. And so you wouldn't be able to cover up the cover up. But I would still pick the first one.
All right, all right. Um, dirty jokes, crude puns versus spontaneous spur of the moment tattoos. Let's call these drunk tattoos.
I think drone tattoos are great.
There you go.
It's a good memory. Memory of a
So,
good time.
so
As
we're
long as
going.
it's not a dirty joke, then you're
There we
good.
go. So we're sticking with dirty jokes. All right, dirty jokes and crude things versus, well, this says not well thought out tattoos, but that one doesn't sound good to me.
I've got another one.
Well, what do you got?
No tattoo at all.
Versus no tattoo at all.
Oh, that is a good one, actually. Yeah, I think it's better to
Yeah.
have no tattoos. So dirty joke would be the worst.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dirty jokes versus being tattooed by an unskilled tattooist.
Eeh. It could be pretty bad.
Hmm.
If you added to that, like that they didn't like use proper sanitary things and it got infected and it got really gross, then that would make it even worse. Sometimes you don't know if they're not good or not. Now I'm starting to think, where's the placement of the dirty joke? Can you hide it often?
If the dirty joke placement is good, it actually might be okay.
You know what? I do think it is.
Yeah,
It could be fine. Could be funny. It
could
could
be.
be the one that you got when you were drunk.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so pick one. Dirty jokes or unskilled?
Let's go unskilled. Let's change it up.
Okay, yeah. All right. Unskilled versus writing that has not been spell and grammar checked.
That's the worst.
Dave
That's so
has
bad.
I do. Which one's this? Oh, yeah, I do have a story.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a bit of story. So this is supposed to be you, but we'll go me. So my father,
Yeah.
my sister was born when he was like 19,
Okay.
and he was in the Navy, and he was overseas when she was born. So he got word that he's a dad. This is his first child.
Mhm.
And all excited, they went out to get a tattoo to separate drunk. Because that's what you do when you're in the Navy and you're getting a tattoo and you're getting separate. So he goes and he gets to the tattoo place. The dude doesn't speak English. So he writes it down. He gets this big mermaid tattooed on his forearm. Because again, he's in the Navy. And then
Mhm.
gets my sister's name written on the bottom. And then, of course, my sister's name is Denise. And it says Yes, because my dad was too drunk to write Denise. So he wrote it wrong. So the tattoo guy actually did his job. It was my dad that could not write his own daughter's name. So he had that
Yeah.
tattoo forever, Yes, and he never got it fixed. And then what
Yeah.
happened is I told my daughter that story, and I said, I actually tried to name you Yes. Mother wouldn't allow it. And she's like, that would have been awesome.
That is so good. I
So maybe
love
it's
that.
not a bad thing.
I
Anyway,
guess it depends what it
yeah,
is.
I would think
But
it's a horrible thing to be honest.
yeah. That's
All right,
really,
so what were we on? We were on unskilled versus writing and grammar that hasn't been spell checked.
yeah, I think it's the spell check one. That's so cringe.
All right, here we go. This is the big one.
Okay.
Spell check, grammar versus names.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Like your story there, daughter's name, that's really nice.
Mhm.
A nice thing to have. If it's someone you're in a relationship with and it doesn't end well, that could be unfortunate. And then you have to get a cover up. And then what if it's a bad cover up? Um, so it depends, but I'd still say the spelling. I think the spelling thing is pretty bad.
I
So you
think
gotta be really careful with any writing on your body. That's why I get mostly floral work.
no regrets.
That's right. Exactly.
All right, I got one more question for you. Oh,
Cool.
by the way, so since we've had it, it is the spell check grammar is the number one tattoo to avoid. Poor
Yeah,
grammar. All right, last question for you. Very simply, Worlds is done. You have many podiums. You're,
hopefully.
everything's gone amazingly.
Yeah.
What's on the menu for dinner?
Oh, great question. That's excellent. I love that. It's it's gonna be a toss up though. I think Mike's gonna really push for pizza, which I know you approve of.
I got respect for Mike.
Pizza is great. I think I would go maybe like some kind of like burger or sandwich, sweet potato fries, couple of beers, maybe a cocktail too, and dessert. All of the things.
This honestly just sounds like my pre-race meal.
Oh God, your stomach.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much. We are going to see you next week. And by the way, for those of you wanting to see Chelsea, watch the live streams because she will be throwing down with the best of the best.
Oh yeah.
By the way, I just got done doing one of these with your relay partner.
Oh, Chelsea.
Yeah, me and Chelsea, we just did it. Just had a quick interview there. And we got to start out with this for you to tell people what is your name and what races will you be running at Deka Worlds?
Okay. So my name is Dustin Edom.
I thought we stumped you on that one. You looked a little
Yeah.
confused.
I was like, wait a minute. So I'll be doing, let's see, elite mile individual, elite mile male team, and elite co-ed teams with Chelsea, and then age group fit. So 4 events.
Nothing in the strong, eh?
No, because the
Jacked
travel,
up, man. Get them
I
pythons.
yeah. Plus, I'm just gonna get smashed. But I want to do it. I did it last year. It's just I'd have to stay a whole nother night to catch a plane because it's not till like 2 in the afternoon, and there's like no planes that leave at like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
Uh,
but dude, that's the party night.
I know. I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, it's another like day of hotel, day of rental car.
You can sleep in our car. Jesus, come on. You're California, dude. That's all. It's all good, right?
And it's just so far of a travel. Like
Yeah.
I did it in Dallas last year, and I actually did okay in it. But going from the East Coast is totally different.
How far is the flight is it for you?
Um, well, it's like 8 hours of travel because of the layover in between. So it's kind of far.
Yeah, that's a long day.
Yeah, it's a long day.
All right, all right. You got any crazy pre-race traditions you got to do, like rituals, crazy warm up, or anything that does unusual? And the funny thing is, whenever you ask people this, people say, "I don't do anything crazy, but I do have to put my left shoe on before my right shoe."
I
Well, that's
don't
crazy. You just don't know it.
I don't have anything like that. I mean, before a race, I always do the same thing. I'll just go for like a shakeout run, like at the venue, maybe like 50 minutes before, and then I just go and send it. That's all I do.
All right. Other than your teammates, who are you most looking forward to sharing the competition floor with?
Besides the teammates,
Besides your relay partners, yeah.
besides my relay partners, really pretty much everybody, because the community is so small that over the years with OCR and then when the hybrid came out, like all these guys are like my buddies.
Oh, you
I
got to pick one, man. You got to pick someone in
one.
a row.
Um, so like for the elite mile, I'm really excited to be racing with Colin with Stifer. I like him a lot. He's a good buddy now.
Colin's awesome.
Yeah. Um, I mean, all these guys, like I barely got in. I was like 19th, so I got in on a roll down. So I'm just gonna be seeing like the back of these guys' heads the whole time. So
Do you know what though? I got in and some of the teams before, Jeff and I got in on roll downs and we ended up doing really well. Like I think
yeah.
2022, we got in on a massive roll down.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we ended up like I think we ended up seventh, I think.
Wow. See,
Yeah,
yeah, I'll
yeah,
kick your coverage big time.
yeah, man. It's done on the floor, not on paper.
That's true. That's true. And I was thinking, like, because sometimes when I race the fit, the lead fit, I'm usually like middle to back of the pack. So towards the end, like I'm like I get good zones because everybody's already left the zone before me. So maybe
Yeah,
it'll work
great
out.
position, great position.
Yeah.
All right. If you could pick, so on the same vein, if you could
Uh,
pick anybody in the world to race a DECA event head to head with, so anybody, who are you
anybody.
racing and what distance?
I think I'm gonna call it The Rock.
Nice. See, now that's a good answer. By the
We're
way,
gonna
I
do
think you'd
the fit.
smash it.
We're not gonna do the strong. We're,
No.
we're gonna do the fit.
Yeah. Dude, take it the ultra.
Yeah, maybe even that. I don't know. His muscular endurance is probably pretty good.
I think anything past the strong, you got him. I even think the mile. You can think the mile. As soon as you bring that run in, I think you got him.
I think so.
Yeah, mind you, I would like to see what kind of watts he can crank on the bike.
Right? Like
That's the
even if
big
the
goal.
miles, since the miles, time spent is mostly stations. I don't know. The guy could just run like a 7-minute mile and a 9 minutes strong. He's gonna beat me.
I don't know that he can actually run more than 100 feet at that size. Like that kind of,
That's true.
he would have to be waddling. Like it.
Yeah.
All right. Say on the same note too, if you could have anybody in the world as a teammate to try to run through, who do you want to run through with a teammate?
Anybody in the
And
world.
this is again excluding your already amazing teammates that you have.
Yeah, I was gonna say like probably Chelsea. No. I mean, let's see. Anybody in the world. It probably have to be like some kind of high level runner. Um Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go with Chris Brown from
Yeah,
from Hoka,
dude can
That guy,
run.
he's just so gritty and tough. Like I know this, like that's not really his thing. He wants to be out on the trails and stuff, but I think if I have him doing the runs and I could do the stations, we could put up a fast time.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. All right. If you had a chance of any of the 10 zones, if you could throw one away and replace it with something, what are you getting rid of and what are you replacing it with?
Probably my weakest zone, which is probably the ram burpees. I don't know if it's because where it is at the point of the race, but like I'm just so bad at them. I'd probably replace it with. I think I'll just make that last run another 500.
Oh, geez. Just put in another 500.
Yeah, like a 1,000-meter run to finish after the sleds.
I never thought about this before, but I wouldn't mind putting in another 500-meter row at the end and just have
Oh,
a row off at the end. That would suit me fine. But
yeah. I wouldn't mind an erg either. I just don't like the ram. I'm a little guy. That thing's like heavy to me at the end. And now with the full extension, like I can't cheat it at all. It's like exposed.
What can I say, but you're welcome.
Yeah, a lot. You guys and
All
your
right.
thing.
We're going to do a top 10 to the goat here. So we got a top 10 list, and we're going to pick the greatest pizza toppings of all time.
Oh.
Because
Mhm.
we said we gave you a little time before, something you were interested in, and you and I have this little pizza thing going on anyway. So we're going to go, and basically, I'm going to list two. You're going to pick which one goes above the other,
Okay, okay.
right? And we'll work our way to 10. So we're starting with the works, so everything, versus the supreme being pepperoni, mushroom, green pepper.
I'm going works.
Going the works. All right. The works versus buffalo pizza.
I'm gonna take the works still.
The works. All right. The works versus Hawaiian pizza.
Not a giant fan of the pineapple. I don't hate it. I think it does belong on pizza. You know, a lot of people would think it doesn't. I'm still going works.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm not a pineapple guy either, so I'm with you still. All right. The works versus barbecue chicken pizza.
Oh, that's tough. That's the one with like the red onions and the yummy barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm gonna go BBQ.
BBQ pizza. All right. Barbecue chicken versus the margarita pizza.
BBQ.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. The margarita. Let's be honest, people. The margarita pizza is just like they mailed it in.
Yeah, it's like I
Like
think like
they
an unfinished pizza. And I'm like,
It's like they tried to do it as cheap as possible and then pawn it
yeah,
off and sell it for the most money. It is terrible.
yeah, like on
It,
flatbread is
it,
one thing, but I
it-
don't. Not a fan.
it's not a cheese pizza.
It's
There's
not.
not enough cheese. It's a little bit of cheese and some garden clippings.
I kind of feel like it's like a healthy pizza. And I don't like my pizzas to be that healthy.
Yeah, exactly. All right, all right. So we're in barbecue chicken versus the meat lovers.
The meat lovers. Give me all the protein.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Meat lovers versus your classic pepperoni.
Oh, oh, that's tough right there. Kind of hard to go with the old tried and true. I'll go pepperoni.
All
Straight up
right,
pepperoni.
pepperoni. Here
Yeah.
it is. Oh no, so we got pepperoni versus the veggie.
Oh, I do like a veggie.
Well, you're California. It's okay.
Yeah, it's true. It goes without saying. Nah, I got to go with all the meats.
There you go. Pepperoni. So, and then we have the last one, the
Pepperoni.
pepperoni versus the pure cheese pizza.
Oh, the classic
I'm
cheese.
down to the two classics.
Geez, that was easy. We did everything
We
out
could
right
have
there.
just started there.
Yeah,
Cheese versus so good cheese versus pepperoni.
pepperoni.
Yeah, yeah, and you can't argue with the classics. All right, man. I got one more question for you, and this should be very easy for you because we just went through it. The weekend's done. Many podiums are had. Celebrations galore. What's on the menu?
You mean as far as wrapping up the season and being done with fitness for a little while?
Yeah, man, we're done. Worlds is done. We're
Yeah.
we're we're hitting the restaurant. What's on the menu?
Oh, on the menu at the restaurant, I'm gonna get probably like some kind of pizza.
Well, this is the time you can actually pick whatever you want, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna get well, I'm gonna get an appetizer, so I'm probably gonna get some like buffalo wings, dip them in ranch because I don't like the blue cheese that much, and
Yeah,
then
good call.
yep, and then some pizza to wash it down with, and probably a cold beverage, probably some kind of IPA or something. Usually is what I do.
Oh, what kind of IPA? My Rye is she's a beer snob.
I like hazies.
Hazy IPA?
Yeah,
Nice, nice, nice.
yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you very much. I'm very excited. We'll be seeing you next week. And again, if you want to watch Dustin throw down and kick some ass, check out the OCR report for some live streams, and we'll see you there.
Thanks, brother. Good talking to you.
All
It's
right, all
like
right.
good old Canadian driving in Canada
All right. Beth is getting
shenanigans.
extra time because she's Beth. And we're not even going to make Beth introduce herself because she's Beth. All right. What happened? What happened with the snow?
Well, so we have a snow day today. Everything's closed. Everything's closed, but there's a hockey tournament. So hockey doesn't
They
stop for
don't
nothing.
close.
Does not stop for nothing. Even the tournament takes place somewhere that's like in the heat of the snow belt. But it's not closed. So as faithful hockey parents, we make it there. So anyways, and it's all these back roads, like driving through the country. It's not even like nice, clean roads. But anyways, only one parent got stuck on the way there. On the way back, we're kind of following a couple cars in a convoy and back country roads, and one of the parents is driving a BMW that's also lowered. And
Do the blinkers
and
work?
what's that?
Do the blinkers work on it?
I don't know.
Well, nobody ever signals in BMWs. It doesn't matter anyway.
Oh, okay. So anyways, they get to the corner where the snowplow they're about to turn and the snowplow has obviously dumped a bunch of snow. And then they get there and because the car is lowered, so it boosts the car up and then the tires just start spinning.
Jeez.
So the tires are no longer able to touch the ground. And this lowered BMW is now up off the ground basically on a bit of a mound of snow. So me and a couple of parents that are kind of following behind, I'm in a truck, which is more obvious choice for an Ontario snow day. And so then we start trying all these methods to get this this BMW out. We get the car mats out, which I have a whole slew of strategies to try to get cars unstuck because that has happened to me many times. We get the car mats out, we shove them under the tires, we're trying to push it. We dig out someone tries to dig out the tires. It's actually made the situation worse. So now there's nothing there. People have boards. So then a work truck, like someone who's kind of patrolling the area, comes up and it's been like 45 minutes trying to get this BMW unstuck. And then I had this rolled up piece of carpet that we were like trying to shove under the tires to give it some traction or something to grab onto. So then eventually BMW driver, who I'm actually surprised eventually agreed to this because this is his baby. What we did, which I've never done this one before, we rolled up the carpet, and he had nowhere to hook like a tow chain or anything to his BMW. We tried everything, nothing to hook it to. We're like, we're gonna destroy a part of the car if we try to do this. So we put the rolled up carpet between his bumper and the work truck. And we slowly shimmied the truck up to the fancy BMW, holding the rolled up piece of carpet that I carry in the back of my truck, and we booped the BMW out onto the cleaned off highway. And it worked.
That's awesome.
And not a scratch on any vehicle.
I think if you lower your car, one, you probably should make it a summer car. But two, get those little tow hooks the race cars put in the front and the back. They work
A tow hook?
Yeah, so if you look at a lot of race cars, you'll see like a little hook that sticks out of the bumper in the front. And it's just for hooking on like a tow chain.
Yeah, I think this person has learned their lesson. But yeah, it was an interesting situation.
You know what? One of the best stuck stories I ever had was when I had a Jeep when I was younger. And I was new to the Jeep world and all that stuff. And it's Christmas Eve and we're driving along, this woman's in the ditch. And I pull over and we want to pull her. I don't have any tow straps or anything like that. So I can't do what you tried. There's a bunch of us. We try to push her out, no good. And we're just kind of about to give up and she's ready to call a tow truck and wait it out. And again, Christmas Eve, this is just sucks. And just as I'm about to get back in the Jeep, two more Jeeps drive by and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And sure enough, because my Jeep was there, they stop, they turn around. We got tow chains, we got everything. We hauled her right out of there. And she's like, it was kind of saved Christmas deal. Jeep culture, although they break down a lot, they help each other.
They do handle the snow very well. Yeah. And it is its own little community.
Yes, exactly. All right, let's do what we were supposed to do. What's your name and what races are you doing at Deka Worlds, Beth?
Oh, my name is Bethany McChesney. I am doing my main goal this year for Deka Worlds is to do all of the team races with Heather. So I'm doing Deka Fit, Deka Mile, Deka Strong with Heather. And then the Elite Mile.
All right. You got any cool pre-race rituals or you just get her done?
I don't know if I have a unique ritual. I don't know.
I've never seen you do any rituals.
No.
You know what? Racers don't seem near as superstitious as like hockey players, especially goalies or anything like that.
I used to be. I would say I used to be weird stuff that's just stupid. Like I put on my left shoe before my right.
Yeah, that's stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. I wore the exact same pair of underwear for every race for a whole season. Stupid stuff like that.
Lucky drawers.
But I did wash them.
I
remember in the hockey season though, I wouldn't shave my legs if we were winning. Stupid stuff like that.
Who were you punishing with that one?
Oh, nobody. Just myself.
All
But
right.
yeah, like weird stuff like
All right. Other than Heather, obviously, who are you most looking forward to being on the race course with?
um I love racing Bridget. She's running really well right now. I'm excited to race her in the team relay. She just ran a really good high rock, so sorry, I have a bit of a cough.
Sorry.
But yeah, and Tara is coming back into Deka form, I saw. So yeah, I love racing those girls. And Lauren Weeks has shown up for the fit. I'm not racing with her though, but
Right.
watching her.
The questions aren't exact. You're allowed to wander off. Um,
Ooh.
all right. If you could go head to head with anybody in the world in whatever distance of a Deca race you wanted to do, who would you race and what race?
Oh my gosh. Um, okay. Well, no. I, so I'd love to do a Deca mile racing Heather head to head because I think it would be a really fun cat and mouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Cat and mouse,
Mhm.
exactly. That's good. I like that one. All right.
And actually, the fit this year, we have really similar times, which would be even maybe more of a cat and mouse.
Hmm.
So
All right. I'm pretty sure we can do that one day.
the mile for sure. Yeah, probably. Usually when we show up for a fit, we're racing it together, but yeah.
All right. If you could take one Deca zone, scrap it and replace it with something else, what is it and what are you going to replace it with?
I'd probably get rid of something like med ball sit-ups because I think it's I don't know how to say this, but it's kind of a zone where uh it's kind of like a whatever zone in a sense that
Yeah, I got you.
yeah, like I don't know if anyone thinks about the med ball sit-ups and they're like, what do I need to work on like in the gym to get stronger to do this faster? Or I'm like, I just, a lot of the stations, it's like, if I got stronger in this, if I did more of this, I would, but the med ball sit-ups, it's like, I don't know.
All
Like
right.
it's not one that I would lose sleep over. I think a lot of the stations where, you'd want to put in time or strengthen this area of your body or anything to get better at it, that's one where you're like, I don't know. It's just a thing. Like it happens, you get it done. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever been,
It just happens.
it just
It
happens.
just
Yeah. So
happens.
what I would replace it with, that's a good question. I mean, I really like movements like a dumbbell snatch where there's like a start and a finish point. Or like with Atlas, they call it a ground to overhead, like snatches faster, but if you have to, you can kind of clean and press it, something like
Mhm.
that.
Nice and nice. All right, all right. So
Mm.
what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do like 10 rounds to the goat, which is mean we're gonna do 10 rounds of something to pick the greatest of all time at it. All right. So I'm gonna pick two things, and you're just gonna pick the better one of the two, and then we go on and on from there. All right.
Okay.
I know this is something that I guarantee this is where I said I was gonna be mean to you. All right. So Bethany, because you are a pop culture icon,
Oh God, please no.
I'm gonna do the greatest movie quote of all time. And just like not that there is any points, but for bonus points, if you can name the movie it's from, we will give you an atta girl. Are you ready?
Or nod.
An approving nod.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there you go. Don't you do that with like your clients when they do something really good? You go,
Hmm.
nice, the
Yeah.
approving nod. All right, are you ready?
I don't know.
Okay, here we go. These are the two quotes. The first one is, "You talking to me?" And then the next one
I'm gonna
is,
suck at this. I have no idea.
the next one is, "Fasten your seatbelts. It's gonna be a bumpy night." You just gotta
I
pick.
have no idea.
You just
The
gotta
first
pick
one.
the first one. You talking to me? No idea where it's from though. Okay, right? All right. Here we go. I think we're gonna be more comfortable here. You talking to me versus "May the Force be with you."
Well, that's Star Wars,
There
but
you go. Yeah. So which
not
one
that
you
I've
picking?
seen them.
What's that?
Well, the second one.
So may the force be with you.
Yeah.
All right. May the force be with you versus all right, Mr. DeVille, I'm ready for my close-up.
This is so bad. This is like making me just seem like I have no idea.
Just pick one. It's all you got to do.
Then the first one.
May the force be with you. All right. May the force be with you versus go ahead, make my day.
Okay, I've heard it before.
Yeah. You don't actually see, Beth, you don't have to know where these are from. You just have to pick
Okay.
what's the best quote.
This is making it so obvious that I didn't watch TV growing up. Is that from Terminator?
Oh, no.
No, okay. Um, what's it from?
It's a sudden impact.
Okay, the first one then.
All right, may the force be with you. May the force be with you versus here's looking at you, kid.
Okay, I've heard that one too.
These are famous lines. So.
I know. Well, that one's probably a better line.
All right, here's looking at you, kid.
Yeah.
All right, it's from Casablanca. Seriously? Never even heard of it?
I know, Dave, it's so bad. You're like, you're just screaming to my. It's like,
I knew this would be a train wreck, but I thought there
this
might
is
be
an
a
absolute train
survivor.
wreck. None of it.
All right. Here's looking at you, kid, versus Toto. I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Okay. The Wizard of Oz. I have seen that one. That one would have been allowed.
All right. So were you taking that?
Yes.
All right. Oh, this is gonna be a rough one. All right. Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore versus you don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody. Roll with what you know, Beth.
I don't know.
Just gotta pick one.
The Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore.
All right. Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore versus I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Come on, you've at least heard that before. Maybe not in the movie.
No.
You just gotta pick one, Beth.
The first one.
All right. The other line's from The Godfather.
Godfather. No, I've never seen Godfather.
All right. So Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore versus frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
She's got to know this one.
She's looking for help.
Can she phone a friend?
Phone a friend. Oh,
So last one. You got to pick one.
okay, the well Toto. I have no idea.
All right. Well, that one was from Gone with the Wind. Some people know that one. Anyway, Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore. The greatest movie quote of all
No,
time.
it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. No.
You actually have one that you think would be?
No, but like some of those were better movie quotes. I was only picking the ones that I knew.
Yeah, but see,
But-
Wizard of Oz has been around since 1939. But
Yeah, I
It is a good quote. There's nothing wrong with that quote. That is a very famous quote. All right, Pat. Last question. Here it is. On the weekend, everything's done. You've won many, many, many prizes, multiple podiums. What's the post-Selly dinner? What are we eating?
What are we eating? I mean, I don't eat like I don't stop myself from eating something not before, but
Yeah, but so
if
you
we're
and
with
Heather,
Dave,
you and Heather,
it will
you
be
and Heather,
pizza.
you and Heather have swept every podium.
Yes, we will.
You've swept every podium. You need to celebrate what's on the menu.
Heather's got to have black margaritas.
Heather's got to have black margarita.
Heather needs a black margarita. Dave needs a pizza.
Yeah.
We're probably going to a Mexican joint. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not picky.
All right, all right.
I go with the flow
Hey,
where everybody needs
tacos.
to go.
Beth can just pay for everyone. Okay, fair enough.
With all of my winnings that I will receive immediately on the podium.
That's a good note to end on.
All right, all right. That's it for that one. Thank you very much, Beth. We will see you next week. All right.
Yes.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Are you ready? You feeling good? Like you're looking forward to
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You feel fit?
I mean, I'm nervous, but pardon?
You're feeling fit?
Yeah, I think so. I feel pretty good.
Yeah. All right, all right. You ready to go? We'll get this started.
Yes.
All right, we start out with the most simple question of all time. What is your name and what races are you doing at World Championship?
My name is Lily, and I am doing a fit female team with Sam Connon, and then I'm doing a female team with Grace Tiffany, and then I'm doing a strong solo on Sunday.
Nice. And those are all age group, right?
Yes, age group.
Now, you got any crazy pre-race rituals you got to do? Like anything like habits that you got to do beforehand, crazy warm-ups?
Honestly, not too much. I just like to get there nice and early and kind of just observe a few races and see what's going on so I can really get myself into like game mode and just kind of get the layout and everything sorted. The worst thing for me is being late or just on time and having to go right into the race. That just totally throws me off.
You know what? I don't like that either, but sometimes I've had really good races when that's happened.
Honestly, so have I. It's just really stressful, so I try not to yeah. Try not to make that happen, but sometimes it works out.
All right, all right. Other than your teammates you listed, who are you most looking forward to sharing the competition floor with?
Oh my gosh. Well, there's some really good girls my age. One is Brooklyn Nichols, but she's an elite, but me and her got to talk a while back at a fit in the summer, and she's so sweet and she's so cool and really inspiring because she's closer to my age. So it's really cool to see how far she's come. As well as Charity Bourne. I think she's competing in age group maybe for my age group. So it's really cool. I'm excited to see what she can do because she's so strong and so awesome.
That is cool. Okay, if you could pick anyone in the world to team up with, who would you team up with?
Oh my gosh,
Anyone.
that is a good question. Um, ooh, that is a really good question. Well, I would love to team up with one of those two girls that I just mentioned. Maybe Brian Neely or Tara Jackson would be cool too.
Okay, so hold on. I'm going to stop you right there because I have teamed up with Tara Jackson. It's not all bells and whistles, let me tell you. She is mean. You know what she did to me? We're running the fit together and we had a plan. We get to the ski erg and we're supposed to split the ski erg up. And I do my 30 seconds. I'm like, Tara, you ready? She's like, nope, you're on your own.
Oh my gosh,
So,
that's so
I
awful.
was thinking it was,
Honestly, if she wanted to team with me, I would totally do it though. I would do
oh,
anything she said. I'd be like, okay, I'll do the whole race. You can just sit there.
she dragged me to a baton. It was great. It was a good time. It was a good time. But yeah, it was like that was a shock for me because I'm like hauling, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Nope, do the whole thing." I'm like, "Oh God."
Thanks.
But yeah, she's fantastic. Those are awesome. All right. So by the same token, if there's anybody in the world, and it doesn't have to be someone that does DECA that you want that you could go head to head and race against, who would you like to race against?
Oh, against is interesting. I don't know. Honestly, there's one girl, I think my mom might have mentioned her. She was just in the Olympics for rugby. Her name is Alona Mar. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think she would totally beat me, but I would love to see her try a DECA.
That was the exact same answer your mom gave to that.
Yeah, we're both super obsessed with her.
And I tell your mom the same thing. I think she's fantastic. I love her. She's awesome. She's
Yeah,
just
she
such,
totally kicked both of our butts, but
oh, could you imagine? Like, I know, like I said, your mom, the amount. All right, I said the amount she could crank out the wattage on the bike she could hit. But like
oh
even,
God, yeah.
good, big, tall, stronger, like what she could do on the rower and the ski, like, oh my God.
Oh, I would love to see that happen, honestly.
I think you guys know that's a good one. All right. If you could take any one zone in DECA and get rid of it and replace it with something else, what would you do?
Um, Okay. I don't personally like the lunges very much. I'm not bad at them. I just don't really like them. Um, and I don't know if I could replace them with something. Honestly, like even keeping in the lunge family, if it turned into like walking lunges, I'd probably prefer that than just doing like the stationary lunges.
All right, cool. So now this is where you get your way here. We're going to do 10 rounds to the goat. And we've done this with some other people and we kind of gave them a bit of a selection. You were very specific as to what you wanted to do here. We're going to do we're going to find the greatest Taylor Swift song of all time.
Okay,
What we're going for here? All right, all right.
this is gonna be fun.
All right, here we are. We have, and I hope this list is right. So, all right, hold on. Is Enchanted, is that a Taylor Swift song?
That is.
All right, Enchanted versus Delicate.
Oh, that's a good one. Probably Enchanted.
All right, Enchanted versus Style.
Oh, maybe Enchanted again.
All right, Enchanted versus Antihero.
Enchanted.
Wow. Enchanted versus Love Story.
Oh, I'm gonna have to say Love Story.
All right, Love Story versus I Knew You Were in Trouble.
Oh, Love Story, probably.
All right, Love Story versus Shake It Off.
Love Story. Do love Shake It Off though.
This is only that's probably one of the few I know. All right, Love Story versus Blank Space.
Um, maybe Blank Space.
Oh wow, okay. Blank, Blank Space versus Cruel Summer.
Oh, probably Blank Space.
All right, and then Blank Space versus All Too Well.
All too well.
All Too Well. Okay, so that's all. That's the 10 we got. Would that probably if I was to just ask you the best Taylor Swift song, would you pick that one?
Um, Probably that would be up there. Probably top three would be All Too Well.
I would have went with Bad Blood.
Bad Blood is another great song. Love
That's
that one.
that's actually on one of the playlists I use for the girls at the gym for the when we do the
Gosh.
body blood. Yeah, that Bad Blood. All right, one more question, Lil.
Okay.
All of Deca World is over. The weekend's done. Season's come to an end. What's on the menu for dinner? What is the final celebration dinner?
Oh, that is a good one. I always find that after a race, I'm always craving like something greasy and salty, like French fries or like a big burger, something like that. So that would be really good, or even like tacos or burritos, like any sort of Mexican food would be amazing. And probably just a lot of it, like just everything that I can eat. I'll just take all of it.
For reference, on the World Equestrian site where Worlds is, there's like a little Mexican restaurant, and they have really good tacos there.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. We'll have to look at that.
There's a couple other places too, but I happened to go to dinner at that Mexican place, and it was not bad. It was not bad. All right, Lil,
Okay.
thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you there, and I guess we'll see you next week.
Yeah, can't believe it's already that time. Thank
All right, see you soon.
you.
All right. So here we go. We're gonna fire up here. This is, and like I said, this is pretty quick, pretty quick. Yes, I have hit recording, I think. Yes, see?
You did.
All right, all right, all right. What is your name and what races will you be doing at Deca Worlds this year?
All right. I am Jill Sargent, and I am going to be doing the fit with Rye in the 80 to 89 category. And then the next day, I am doing the mile. Hi, Rye. I'm doing the mile also with Rye. She's accepted me again for the second time. We're doing that together. And I'm also going to do the mile ruck that day. And then on the day, same category, 80 to 89. And then the next day, I'm doing 45 to 49 strong by myself.
There you go. Do you got any pre-race ritual you got to go through?
Just eat all the food and try to get the best sleep.
All right. Now, other than Rye, because you mentioned her, who are you most looking forward to being on the course with?
Ooh, that's a good question. And it's definitely Rye, but as a partner
Hanging
because
around.
she's
Yeah,
she's
she's
my
got it.
bestie partner.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll pretend Rye's not in there. It's actually Lily. Lily is my daughter who is, I'm not competing with her, but we'll be on the course at the same time. So, and she is in the 18 to 24 category. So I am always excited to race with Lily. It's so fun.
All right. By that same token, if you could go head to head with anybody in the world in any Deka race, who is it and what race are we doing?
Oh, I think I would say that's a really good idea. Do we have the same skill set level?
It's anybody in the world. You could pick anyone. So
Oh, okay. So I'm going to say Alona Mare because I'm kind of a big fangirl now of the women's rugby. She'd kick my ass sideways, but it'd be really cool to be like, I did something in a sport with Alona Mare.
I wonder what kind of output she could put on the bike.
I think she would kick
God,
everybody's
power.
ass, honestly. Like
Yeah.
how can we get her to do that, to be honest?
That would be awesome. I'm a big fan too, and I'm not enough fan that I'm going to watch Dancing with the Stars. But I followed her before the Olympics and stuff, and was just like she shot up. I don't know, like she probably had like 100,000 followers. She's like over 1 million after the Olympics, but she's just
Yeah,
awesome. She's like a role
she's
model.
incredible. She's a role model for girls. She's like everything that I wished I saw as a kid growing up because women's sports just wasn't the thing, as you know. We're around the same age. So just seeing her like being like, it's just awesome. It's awesome to watch badass women. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing so many badass women that weekend as well, because I'm going there as an age group athlete, but there are some pretty exciting athletes that are going to be there.
Yeah.
So,
All right. If you could take any Deka zone, get rid of it, and replace it with something, what one would it be, and what are you replacing it with?
Okay, let's see. My least favorite, I don't really know. I kind of don't hate them all anymore. Don't shoot me. Maybe the sit-ups, because like you have to get down and then get up really quickly. And once I'm down, like I might as well lay down there. But maybe replace them with like a dance off or something.
There you go. Perfect. All right. So we're gonna do 10 rounds to pick the greatest martial art in the world because you say you have an interest in martial arts. So we're gonna pick the greatest style of martial arts in the world by going. All right, we're gonna start with Kung Fu and Taekwondo.
I'm gonna say Kung Fu.
All right. Kung Fu, Muay Thai.
Muay Thai for sure.
All right. Muay Thai versus MMA.
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai versus Filipino stick fighting.
Well, I don't know much about that, but I'm gonna say stick fighting because anytime you get a stick, you're probably winning.
Filipino stick fighting versus Krav Maga.
Krav Maga for sure.
Krav Maga, for those who don't know, is essentially just kicking people in the nuts. No,
and it's basically take whatever is available to you and use that to kill someone.
Krav Maga versus karate.
Krav Maga.
Krav Maga versus judo.
Krav Maga.
That hurts.
Sorry.
Krav Maga versus Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
If we're doing sports, if we're doing for martial arts for self-defense, Krav Maga, but BJJ for sport because it's fun.
If you got to pick one, whatever you're saying.
Okay, Krav Maga, because if I had to take it on an island, I'd take Krav Maga just in case.
Krav Maga versus Aikido.
Krav Maga again.
Yeah, 100% Aikido's just Anyway, so there you go. The best martial arts, according to you, is Krav Maga. I got one last question for you. After everything's done this weekend, all is set, everything's settled, we're at Sunday night. What's the post-celebration meal?
That's a good question. Something that is very like French fries, deep fried, whatever. Deep fried everything. French fries first, and then hopefully like a veggie burger or something like that. But also pasta. but deep fried first.
Deep fried French fries and pasta. There you go. Carve it up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, Jill, that's it. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.
Super fun. I'm so excited.
Yes, you. All right. Are you ready for this? This is going to be pretty quick. All right.
Okay.
So, and just so you know what I'm doing is I'm doing a bunch of these with a bunch of different people, just throwing them all together, putting it out there. It's just like kind of this community, people getting ready for worlds kind of thing.
Yep, sounds good.
They're all really basic, easy questions. All right.
No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure. This is the tough one. This is where we start, man. All right. First thing. Who are you and what races are you running at Worlds?
All right. Well, the Instagram world, Tim Mazing, but so my name, as I had mentioned to you, is Tim Mazer. A lot of people say Mazur. It's
You got
okay,
a
but
U in it.
that's just how it's said. I mean, I don't know,
That's
but it's okay.
that's why as
Um,
Canadians we can relate. We like to put extra U's in everything.
right. So it fits in.
All right.
Um,
What are you running?
so I'm doing 3 team races, one of each distance. So the fit, the mile, and the strong. Fit is a co-ed team age group, and then the mile and the strong are male age group teams.
Nice, nice. Okay. Who are you most looking forward to being on the competition floor with?
Uh, well, that's an easy one. You and
Yeah,
Juan,
that
you
is the
know,
right answer. That is the right answer.
that mile race we got going on is stacked and it's gonna be pretty crazy.
I think it's going to be one of the best races of the weekend. Like I really do. I really think. Like I mean, let's be honest. First place seems to have like the top seed seems to be a little further ahead, but then like
Right, right.
2 through 6, it's throw a blanket on them.
Yeah, could be anybody.
It could be, and it's great. So that's win, lose, wherever it come. I'm just looking forward to that great race. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Um, all right. If you could team up for a Deka relay with anybody in the world,
Oh,
who are you going to team up with?
doesn't matter which relay.
Doesn't matter.
Just any.
Any.
Oh man. Uh, that's a tough one. I didn't really think about that.
Oh, you got to pick somebody. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the pressure. This is the kind of pressure this kind of big time media provides.
Right. Uh, well, I'm not gonna go with like the usual answer of like Bubbles because everybody wants to go with him, you know?
No, no, it could be anybody.
So no, anybody.
It'd be like William Shatner.
No, not him. Uh, crap. I'm not good at being on the spot. So, okay, well, I'm just gonna say, how about Meg Jacoby? I know she's not doing it anymore, but let's throw her back in there.
That'd be cool. I think Meg come back
All
one day.
right.
I think Meg's coming back one day.
Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
mean, yeah, we'll go with that.
all right. By the same token, this might be just as hard. If you could go head to head with anybody at any distance, who's it going to be?
Ooh. Um, I guess I can probably pick you, right? Because we're pretty.
Yeah, yeah.
We have we have a we have a
we'll-
pretty good battle going. I know you called me out in the Atlas. Um, I didn't get there yet, but let's get through Worlds and we'll see what happens. No, I have a lot of fun racing you and whatever. So we'll go with you, Dave.
All right. What are we doing? What distance?
Uh, well, I got to go longer, so I can definitely beat you. So we got to go the fit.
Yeah, there you go. I think you got the odds with you there.
Yeah, yeah,
Those legs for me tire fast with running. You know what's funny is that for a long time I got better at running and then it's dropped off quite a bit.
yeah.
So,
I feel you.
yeah. All right. If you could change one zone in Deca, take out one, replace it with anything else, what would you do? What would it be?
Hmm. I'm not a fan of the lunges, even though that's first. Um, so I would probably get rid of that.
All right. What are you
That
putting in
that
place?
I mean, obviously everyone's gonna say the bike and the burpees and stuff, and yeah, they suck, but just the lunges is awkward for me. So what are we gonna put in there? Um, well, I don't know. I don't have a favorite, but let's go with like let's go with like the bear crawl or something like that out of the Atlas. We'll
There.
just swap that over. I don't know.
You know, it's funny. That's been more popular than I thought it would be. I thought that might be one of the ones that just kind of sailed by, but people seem to like it. I was surprised.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it got me. All right. All right. All right. So we're going to do a thing called, I don't know what they call it, But I asked you if you were interested in anything else. Anything else? You said you were a boring guy, but you liked Canada,
Yeah.
right? Right. So
Right,
hold
right.
on here. Now, let me just figure. We're gonna do. I'm gonna list Canadian athletes, right? And you're gonna
Okay.
pick which one you think of the two would have a better time at DECA. Let's say a DECA fit until we
Okay.
get to who we think would be the best Canadian athlete of all time at it. And I guarantee you, none of these people have ever done a DECA.
Right.
All right. So just
I
hold.
I probably don't even know them, but let's go.
All right. First off, and like I say, if you don't know, Christine Sinclair,
Yep.
Canadian Olympic soccer player, big time, won lots of medals and stuff. Terry
Okay. Who's the second one?
Terry Fox. Terry Fox is the guy who, with one leg, dealing with cancer, tried to run across the entire width of Canada,
Okay.
like a national hero. So we got Christine Sinclair and Terry Fox here. Who's doing the better DECA fit?
Christine Sinclair.
All right, that's you're probably right.
I
Yeah.
mean,
All right. So then we got Christine Sinclair versus Mario Lemieux. Mario Lemieux,
mm,
famous Canadian hockey
yeah,
player,
yeah, right, right.
Pittsburgh Penguins, one
Yeah.
of the best of all time.
I'm thinking Mario Lemieux.
Mario Lemieux. All right, Mario
Oh,
Lemieux versus GSP, George St. Pierre, one of the best UFC fighters of all time.
I'm gonna stick with Mario Lemieux.
Second with Mario. Okay.
Yeah.
Mario Lemieux versus Haley Wickenheiser. Haley Wickenheiser, Canadian hockey athlete, one of the first women ever to play in a men's professional hockey league over in Europe. And not a goalie either. She played out. So she's legit, won Olympic medals, beat the US, famously asked the US after an Olympic victory if they want if the US team wanted her to come over and sign the Canadian flag for them.
Nice. Um, I don't know what you said her name was, but I'm gonna go with her on this one.
All right, Haley Wickenheiser. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Cindy Clausen, or Haley Wickenheiser, Cindy Clausen. Cindy Clausen, another Winter Olympics athlete. She's won 5 Olympic medals as a speed skater.
I'm gonna stick with Haley.
Haley Wickenheiser. All right, all right.
Yeah.
Haley Wickenheiser versus Steve Nash.
Mm,
Steve Nash, two-time NBA MVP,
yeah,
and I would say the best Canadian basketball player of all time.
yeah. Yeah, I know him. Are we going nowadays or like
At
back
the
when he
peak,
was
at
when
their
he was
peak.
at the peak? At the peak. Okay, I'm gonna have to go Steve Nash then.
Yeah, all right. Here. Steve Nash versus Donovan Bailey. Donovan Bailey,
Mm,
former world's fastest man, former world record holder in the 100 meter. One of the Canadian athletes not to
I don't
get
know.
popped for drugs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Steve Nash just for the he's probably got more endurance than Donovan.
I don't know. Yeah, Donovan's got some power though. I think he might eat that bike up.
Yeah. Although
Anyway,
what distance are we talking about here? I'm just assuming fit,
we're
but
doing the
is that what
fit.
you
Yeah, we're
said?
doing the fit. We're doing the fit. We're doing
Okay.
the fit.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We got Steve Nash versus Clara Hughes. Clara Hughes, another former cyclist, speed skater, Olympics in both the summer and the winter games.
Mm,
Lots of power there.
what was it, Clara? Is that what her
Clara
name?
Hughes and Donovan, and sorry, Steve Nash. Steve Nash, Clara Hughes.
Yeah, Clara. I'm gonna go Clara.
Clara over Steve Nash for the power and the length.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And this one had to come. Clara Hughes versus Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky, probably the greatest hockey player.
Yeah. Yeah.
An underrated sprinter.
Yeah.
They had one of those
Um,
things a long time back in the day where they did like professional athletes versus each other, and he was out sprinting the soccer players.
really. Um, well, for all the Canadian fans and my let's say family up there, I'm gonna have to take Wayne Gretzky, or
Wayne.
they'll kick me off the team.
There you go. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. That's good. All right. Last question, man. Post celebration meal when you're done Worlds.
That's gonna be the pizza that you and Juan buy us from our little side bet.
Oh, you're gonna go hungry, son.
We'll see, but
All right, man. Tim,
um,
thank you very much, man, and we'll see you next week.
yep, sounds good. Thanks, Dave.